This tree was started from clippings. It's probably 30 or 40 feet high. The original clipping was from Lebanon, and there they call the mulberry a toot tree. I cut off the lower limbs because kids were climbing my tree and I really didn't want them to fall out. So I saved one limb, and I'm going to use this for cuttings. The squirrels, birds, raccoons, bears, anything that likes fruit loves these things once they ripen. Secret sauce, teaspoon of honey, ASA. These are only 81 milligram, and you want about, in around 300 like a regular tablet. So I'll put 4 in, hot water, stir it up, let it cool. Cinnamon, of the 3 ingredients, is probably the most important for root enhancement. Making cuttings. These clippers were sterilized using rubbing alcohol. All I want is a stem, and I'll count off 1, 2, that's no good. Let's go to the top. I'll cut here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and clip it. When I put it in the pot, I cannot have all these leaves. They will tend to dry the root out, so I'll take off the majority. There we go. I have 2 leaves left, and for evaporation purposes, I'll cut about 2/3 off. And that stem is ready for planting. I have at least 5 nodes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 on there. Good enough. The new roots will appear where that little green edge is. That's where they'll grow out of. If you want to give it a little extra, you can slice off a bit of bark. And the green there will also grow some root. Rooting. A vermiculite-based potting soil, dampened with clean water. Damp, not wet. So if you squeeze it and water comes out, it's too wet. Set the little trees in the liquid so that all the green spots that you want roots to come from are covered. I'll leave them there for a couple of minutes. This process works for almost any fruiting tree, but mulberries are very forgiving. Just take a cutting, dip any exposed ends into the cinnamon. If you can't get it on there easily, just put it on your finger. And into the pot it goes. That's it. We'll do one more for the camera. It is July 26th today. You can do this anytime from the spring until about now, because you've got just enough daylight to make this work. The final step is to put this into indirect sunlight. I'm under trees here, so that canopy will be just about perfect. And someplace that's convenient to water. Can't forget about my poor little trees. And one final tip, if you have a puppy like I do, mine's 4 months old, those stems would be awfully attractive to her to chew. So I'm going to put it just a little bit up and out of the way. They will be able to go in the ground when the leaves start falling off the other trees. At that point, there's not enough daylight for them to grow anymore, and they'll be ready to do their own spurting come spring.